Guys, thank you so much for joining us on tonight. We're going to give you just a moment to log into our page, to share, to like, to comment. I have some amazing people I want you to meet on tonight. We all in different time zones. So definitely go ahead and share, like, give us some hearts. Let us know you can see us. This has been an amazing, amazing journey. So I wanted you to at least have a prelude to what you're about to experience, what's getting ready to bless your socks off. So I'm going to give you just a few more minutes to do me a huge favor, do a watch party, share this with your friends, people who you know are content providers, because I'm telling you, they're going to receive some great information on tonight. And I'm going to tell you, we're not going to be here all night because we got to get rested up for Thursday. But I did want to just stop in and just show you guys what we're doing, who they are, these people I've been telling you about. You know, I've been talking about them all the time, like I've been knowing them for years. But yeah, here they are, my newfound family, guys. I want to introduce them to you. So I want to first start with you know, the Lowells. That's who I want to start with. I want to start with the Lowells. So they are in the Canada area. They're going to tell you more about them, but they are Steve and Jane Lowell, amazing coaches are not the word. They are amazing people to help you transform your life. If you're stuck, if you are complacent, if you think you're competing, if you really want to be the one, you want to definitely listen to what they have to say. They're just going to greet you. They're not going to give you any secret sauces tonight, because that's not why we have them on here. I just want you to see who they are, and you're going to come and join Steve's session on this Thursday he's coming on live at 6 p.m. So Steve, how you guys doing?
We are awesome. We're so excited, Michelle.
Yes.
And, you know, it's really great to see some friends online we haven't seen in a while here. Lauren and Natalie, great to see you, and some new friends that are becoming, you know, quickly becoming part of our orbit and part of our online family. And we're just really excited. So thanks so much for bringing us.
Excited for you, Michelle.
We are.
For your vision to come to life and to watch it come to life. It's really a pleasure and an honor for us. So excited for you.
Yes, thank you guys so much. We're going to come back and talk about Emerge too, because I was just tremendously transformed by that. Definitely want to talk about that. Natalie, I mean, this is a superstar, superwoman, a supermodel, just beautiful inside and out. Natalie, tell the world about you.
I am so excited, Michelle. I am so flattered, first, to be amongst such a great lineup of presenters. It's going to be an epic event. I have lots of personal admiration for you. I'm very thankful that we started a new friendship. I feel like I'm going to be there for the delivery of your baby. Yes. I feel that close to you. I feel like the water has been broken, and now it's like just another little push, and then the baby's going to be out, and it's going to be beautiful and gorgeous. So I'm so thankful and excited to be here. I can't wait to share with the audience at the film festival, and I can't wait to learn from all of you as well. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. And to my other Canadian, Lauren, that's my big brother. Come on, Lauren, talk to us.
First off, the most important thing is I get dibs on you when you do come up north, okay? And I don't care what Steve and Jane and Natalie have to say. I got you. Well, to echo a couple of things that were said, I am over the moon because nothing, absolutely nothing touches my heart more than the performing arts, film in particular. It's something I've been involved with for the better part of 30 years in different ways, and coming back to it in a big way. And the opportunity to share the underbelly of storytelling and to really peel back the layers of the onion and share some stuff that doesn't often get shared when we talk about stories and stuff is something I'm really looking forward to doing. And I can't thank you enough. The few times that we've spoken, the spark, the flame, it's hard not to be attracted to it. So thank you. Heartfelt thanks for being a part of the group.
Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna cry. I am just such a person that I'm very sensitive. So when you guys talk and I think about how I met you and how this is coming full circle for me, I do get a bit of emotion. When I met Steve and Jane, they really deposited so much into me to where I had to go on a retreat. I had to go on a sabbatical and unpack everything that they had shared with me. And I was in Galveston when I was talking to Lauren. I was like, Lauren, I'm on sabbatical. I look look kind of bad. I'm tore up, but I'm here because I got to unpack and find out who I really am. And so that was my time. I remember that time, and I'll never forget it, Lauren, when we did share. And you could have looked at me and said, what kind of woman is this? Because my hair was like all over my head. And, I mean, no makeup, nothing. But Lauren was just talking to me like, I said, okay, he the real deal. If he can take me just as I am, he's the real deal. Let's go to California. Let's come to the United States of America. And that is Miranda Sapone. How you doing, gorgeous?
Hey, how are you?
Yes, how are you doing?
Good. It's crazy, but we've got some beautiful sunny days. So it's don't let the pandemic bring you down. And I'm so happy that you've got this beautiful project that's nothing can stop us. Like you and I were talking last night, you said I think we're busier now than we were. But yeah, I'm a writer, director, and producer and showrunner out here in Los Angeles, and I'm happy to be a part of this project. This is wonderful. My good friend Michelle Stevenson, who I know is the one that turned me on to meeting you, and
Yes.
a friend of Michelle's is a friend of mine. So two Michelles,
I know. Nothing but, great things can come out of that. Now, for people who don't know, Miranda she said it so casually, this is who she is, this is what but she has films that are on Amazon, already greenlit. She has a pilot that's out that we're going to get a chance to view during the film festival as well. I mean, just a woman with a vision, has her own studio in Los Angeles, California, and she's compassionate about storytelling and writing with authors. So thank you so much for being on board. Now we have filmmaker Joan Montreal. Don't make me mess it up. She's from New Orleans, but guys, she's right here. We've adopted her in Houston, Texas.
Hey.
Tell us a bit about you.
Yes. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure meeting you all. Michelle, bless you. Thank you for having me aboard with this lovely platform. And thank you for providing a platform for filmmakers and writers. This is so awesome. My name is Joan Montreal, as she said, and I have a production company, Wisdom Production Company, over 25 years. And my latest project is an all-female filmmakers group, production crew and writers. We're known here in Houston as one of the first all-female production crew. And so I am excited to be on board. I'm excited you invited me. When I first spoke with Michelle, I mean, she had me just bubbling over on the phone. I mean, it was just coming through the phone, and I was just so excited. So I'm looking forward to learning everything from you guys, tucking some tools, some jewels in my bag and moving right along. So thank you guys. And it's an honor meeting you all.
Yeah, Joan, she's an amazing filmmaker here in our city. Bring a lot of experience and talents, work also with writers as well. And she has a brilliant women filmmakers, all women filmmaker crew, and just every aspect of being in the industry of, producing film. She has that group together, and I'm glad that she said yes, because I thought it was some synergy there to kind of help us connect the dots, with women. Normally, filmmaker, you see a lot of men behind the camera, you see a lot of, them editing and doing that, but it's some bad women out here, and I'm glad we found them. Matter of fact, there's one group who they're part of the film festival, and I'm sure maybe they'll get on a little later, or you'll meet them over the weekend, but they did a COVID video, what was it called? A COVID story, but it's a point of view, and you must see that. You got to see it. It will have you laughing, it would have you crying, it will have you very pulled into the emotion of what COVID has really done to all of our lives all over the world. And that's what this film festival is, basically bring it to everybody. Now let's go to some of our filmmakers who are part of this film festival. We have a couple of them who have joined us on today. So Myrna, tell us a little bit about your film and about you, where you're from, and the film that you presented for the film festival. You unmute yourself. There you go. It has to be one. So you just happen to be the one.
What did I win? Well, I have to say, I am thrilled to be here. And I am a native Texan from Austin, Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, woo. I am now in New York City. And the film that we are presenting is Strawberry Cake.
Yes.
I am the director, editor, co-writer, co-producer of the film and act in it as well,
Yes.
along with Ashley Weismantel, who I see her down here on the little Brady Bunch panel. But this has just been incredible. You know, with COVID-19, we just felt like we needed to stay creative and, you know, nurture that side of ourselves and, you know, keep going despite everything that was going on. So we decided to create this film about a story that touches the three women, our filmmakers. Marta is not here, but that really touched our heart and is also an epidemic that is happening alongside with COVID-19.
Yeah.
And we felt it was really important to make something that spoke to people and that helped people and would bring some hope.
Yeah.
So, and just being, you know, this was our little baby project that we didn't know what was going to happen. And then we're here. This is exciting to be here and be part of your family. You all seem
Yes.
so incredible.
Absolutely. Myrna, I watched you guys film 3 times and I cried 3 times. So, you know, I want to tell you that you guys did an amazing job. I can't wait for the world to see what you guys put together. It speaks to the fact that you don't have to be in Hollywood, or you don't have to be in, you know, these large areas on big platforms to have a story. You just have to tell it. And I think you guys did an amazing job. You guys, I mean, you hear the topic Strawberry Cake, but I'm not going to give it away.
Yeah.
Ashley, speak to it. Tell us a little bit about, you know, your part with Strawberry Shortcake. Listen to me, Strawberry Shortcake. I must be hungry. Strawberry Cake.
I did the same thing. I called it Strawberry Shortcake for the longest time.
Got to change the name.
Yes, my name is Ashley, and Myrna and I are 2 creators out here in New York City. And as most of you know, it got hit so hard in the beginning, and we were stuck in our apartments for 4 or 5 months, going out for maybe a walk once a week. And we started seeing these posts come up on Facebook. And when I saw that post about Strawberry Cake, it really touched a personal note for me. And I said, Myrna, we've got to do this. We've got to create. We've got to make something. Even if we can do it via our iPhones, via Zoom, we can create a powerful message during this downtime. We don't have to just sit around. And it's a beautiful creation that we all did together. And it was just very fulfilling. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for showing our project and letting the world just hope and pray that, you know, even if 2 eyeballs see this and it makes one little, then, you know, hey, we did big things. And I'm
That's right.
just so proud of, being able to be here with all of you tonight. So thank you very much.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to throw this out. Anybody can answer, but I'm going to throw it out. I just want to hear, you know, creatively, how you have been able to personally manage COVID and really utilize your time to build your company. Anybody?
Well, you get. Okay.
You go. I was just in silence. So
wait,
I
no.
was just gonna go. I'll go next. You go first.
Okay. Well, for us, what we did was we got into the writer's room and we were on Zoom every Sunday for 2 hours writing a pilot. And so we actually finished the pilot within 3 months. And so that's how we've been staying safe. So when it's time for the red light to get out there and go shoot. And so to 2021, we plan to shoot the pilot and start pitching to see what we get. So that's what we've been doing to stay creative and active. Awesome.
Awesome. Anybody else?
Yeah, that was how Hazley came about. That's my it's the first, actually, I never thought I would do an animated series. And my manager here in LA goes, you know, it's quarantine time. Let's keep people working. I know this is going to be a smaller budget, but we have a chance. We have a deal with Amazon. Let's do it. And so my director of creative affairs came up and pulled together a whole team. She was about to go into surgery and she's like, I was like, oh no. So the entire production literally has, from the writer's room to everything, has been entirely virtual. And the pilot is very short. It's like 2 minutes, but the rest of the episodes are going to be, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. But it's streaming now on Amazon.
Yes.
Episode 2 is about to come, and it's mixed. It's actually mixed media. We actually go out with my red camera package and we shoot the backgrounds that the animated characters revolve through, and it's got a great message. It is sci-fi, but it's a strong female lead, which we need a lot more of. We've got a great team. I mean, very young group of millennials, but it was just something to keep everybody working and creative. And everybody said, hey, this is the salary, this is what we're going to do it for, let's go for it, boom, and we did it.
So Miranda, what you're saying to us is that you utilize this time just to really pivot and use what you have
exactly
and tap into other resources to really make it happen. I know that I see a lot of tips that Natalie put out. She put out tips, I want to say daily. Natalie, can you give us your latest tip that you've done creatively in this time of COVID?
Absolutely. I guess for me, what happened is, as a professional speaker, I did lose tons of money on March 17, and all of a sudden my schedule was wide open. And I was fortunate that I had an online academy. So I started 3 or 4 years ago putting all my content to online. So I was maybe 3 years ahead. I'm still reading the same book than everybody else, but I might have been a few chapters ahead. So I didn't have to completely start from scratch to pivot my business to online. But my first reaction was, how can I make money? Of course, because I work with entrepreneurs teaching people how to make money. And as soon as I was thinking that, I was stuck. And I went to, how can I serve? What are people needing right now? And that's when I thought, you know what? I'm going to start telling people how I did. I do have 3 years ahead. I'm going to start putting these tip of the day just to show people how I was able to do this. And I'm going to blog on this. I'm going to blog on my business, on how I was able to move my business to online, how I was able to change my own limiting beliefs, and how I was able to make money living from my passion and my own creativity. So somehow it's when I switched to how can, and honestly, Michelle, a lot of people email me and say, Natalie, you're selling courses on Tech Pro, and you're selling Business Pro, and you're selling all these Think Yourself product, Think Yourself a Tech Pro, Think Yourself a Business Pro, Think Yourself Successful, and you're giving it away for free with your tips on social. What are you doing? It's called intellectual property. You can't do that. And I said, that's what people need right now. And honestly, my business has never been so productive and profitable because I'm giving it away. People are buying it as well, more than ever.
Serving, learning how to serve. And when I first spoke to you and you told me about the food truck and serving soup, I mean, just such a compassionate story, and it sounded like something from the heart. I think that's the beginning of where we really see the benefit of our gift, is when we learn how to serve, Lauren, let's go to you. Let's talk about this movie that you're actually in. You're an actor. Did y'all know he's acting in a movie? He's in a real movie. Did y'all know that? He's in a real movie. Tell us about this movie.
Oh, well, it's an episodic. We wrapped shooting up about 8 months ago, and then COVID kicked in, and the only good news there was that everything was in the can. Thankfully, we had just come back from Cannes, in France, trying to sell the darn thing. And as I'm sure Miranda will educate me over the weekend, it's a lot easier said than done. But what COVID has done, the movie's not about COVID. It's a political thriller, so it doesn't kind of fit the genre we're talking about right now with all that's going on. But it's a 52-minute pilot. We have a show Bible with 12 additional episodes that we're hoping to get off the ground. So we're shopping this piece around. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see it on the weekend, or if not, we'll look at it elsewhere. So what?
Wait, no, you, Lauren.
So what COVID has really done for myself and my small team of people that work with me is allowed us to actually put the focus, because consulting is a lot of the work I do, and that's kind of shut down now because of travel restrictions, especially in the US where most of my work is. So what I did was, and I shared this with you when you and I talked,
Yes.
it was almost like a wake-up call to get back to some of the things that I'm really passionate about, which is the writing, the storytelling, the acting, and working with young performers. So I got online and I reestablished some connections with the what's called the Montreal School of Performing Arts. It's an institution that I've been involved with for many years, and doing Zoom-related scene work with young actors and helping them develop their story techniques. So it's been really interesting. So it's been one way to emotionally stay engaged with the process of storytelling, and at the same time, we invested in a fair bit of equipment, which won't pay itself off for a while, but it's going to put us in a position to get out of the gate running, especially with some of the documentary projects that we're contemplating right now. So that's in a nutshell how we've pivoted, to use that overused word.
Another thing that we talked about, Lauren, is that you had to look at your space and say, okay, how can I, redo my space and, create my own studio? Speak a little bit to that for a moment.
Sure. Well, we carved out a space here where I am now. It looks like a prison cement walls, but the idea was to create a space. Yeah. The idea was to create a space where we would never be in a position to have to turn down a piece of business. So whether that was synchronous or live, or whether it was asynchronous or pre-recorded, and be in a position to not only take it from conception to delivery, but to be able to do it all in-house. So we've invested in backdrops that we can transition into almost anything we need. We're not big users of green screen, although we can go that route if we need to. But we can curate the spaces for everything from 2 to 6 people interviews. We can do scene work here once some of these restrictions are lifted. And we can do live broadcast, live streams to virtually any platform. We can record in high def and 4K. So those kinds of things, not to get overly technical. The idea is simply to be in a position to take on projects without having any technology restrictions, or at least the ones that we can handle with the space we have.
Yeah. Who would have wished that they had stock in Zoom back before COVID? StreamYard, any of those platforms. But it has given us an opportunity to really learn, to grow, to network, and to meet some incredible people. And I want to go back to the Lowells. Jane, who really pushes Steve, she pushes him, but she is a dynamite woman herself. She coaches and teach individuals how to get to the 7-figure, changing your mindset. I mean, I'm telling you, if you have not yet, and I'm speaking not just to my guests online, but to our live audience you're watching, if you've been struggling, if you're stuck, if you found yourself, just in a place where you can't forge forward, you just feel like you're paralyzed in your business and you can't get out and forge forward, I want to tell you, want to listen to Jane for a moment. She's going to share with you. I'm telling you, Steve is who he is because of Jane.
No question.
No, I'm kidding. Both of them are dynamic. But I want her to talk a little bit about, just being intentional on, focusing on your business during this time and changing your mindset, how important that is, disregarding what everybody is telling you and what your own, this other person, as Natalie would say, your personal assistant is telling you every morning you get up, all these bad things. That personal assistant is making it clear that you're overweight, you never, get it done, you're tired, all of that. But Jane, go ahead and speak to our mindset on tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. I think it's really important that during this time, particularly during this time, that we don't stop ourselves. And, Steve and I, all of our business was at events, live events. We came back from South Africa and Namibia on February 28th. We had 4 huge events planned for the end of March into April. That was, what we were doing for the next probably 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
speaking on a stage with Grant Cardone. We were bringing Brian Tracy up to Ottawa. We had 500 people in the room, had already bought tickets for it. And, you know, March 13th, that was it. That was the end of that. And because Steve and I had been so busy traveling the world and, you know, serving people in all different places in the world, we really had not built an online business in any way. Now, Steve was very fortunate. He had always delivered online. So he was very comfortable with technology. He was comfortable with, you know, having Zoom calls, but we had never actually done a live event online. And so I said to Steve, you know, like, we need to not stop. We need to just get going and keep going. And so we were going to be building our dream home on a 2-acre property on the river. And every year we'd say, you know, well, this isn't the right year. And this was the year. This was the year everything was set. We had all the permits, we had everything. And we looked at each other and said, you know what? We're not going to wait. We're just going to find a house that's already built and we're going to sell our property. And that's exactly what we did, which gave us space here. And we created a studio room, kind of like you've done, Lauren. And, you know, we're not there right now. We're in Steve's office, but, you know, we're set up all the time that we can just walk down there. We can deliver anytime we want. And then about 2 months in, we looked at each other and said, we can't wait for this pandemic to be over. We need to serve the people that have invested in working with Brian Tracy and being on a stage with him. So we had 6 speakers and we called Brian and said, you know, are you willing to do this virtually? So as you know, Michelle, we just came off of a 3-day live event called Emerge 2020.
Yes.
We served over 280 people. And it was just a phenomenal event that we had never, ever done live in an event, never mind live virtual. And so it was awesome. And so awesome that we're doing another one the end of January.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess what I say about mindset is you have to have the mindset that you're moving forward all the time. You know, I've always said this forever. You can have a 20-minute pity party and that's it. And you have to move forward, because if you don't keep moving forward, you're just going to stay still or you're going to start going backwards. And so it's fearful and you have to step into it, and it's unknown and you have to step into it. But I find that these are the times that the most creative things happen. You know, like Natalie said, she had, you know, all of this content in an online platform that you're just too busy doing what you're doing. You don't go and do something different. Well, I think all of us have had the luxury, if we look at it that way, of being creative in a different way. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really, you know, the benefit of this time, if we are looking for a benefit.
Yeah, awesome, Jane. Awesome. I could just listen to you all day. I mean, you have this soothing voice, and then you're just hitting us with all type of nuggets and things that are profound, that really start with the way we think about ourselves. And Natalie has that think yourself, you know, whatever it is, think yourself wealthy, think yourself healthy, whatever it is, you got to see yourself doing it. Steve, to you, my friend, you know, you help people really take a deeper dive into their lives, to really get to the reality of who they are, be honest, being, you know, because sometimes as creative people, or just people who have branded themselves, we really think we're way up here, we got it going on. And sometimes we fail to see the reality of things, that we broke, that we're struggling, that, you know, we're complacent, that we're in our own way. And you came up with this dynamic Raptor meter that help you to something that you can't argue with. You know, you can't argue with if you're on the scale and you're obscurity, if you're competitive, if you're branded and you hadn't really reached the 1 yet, you can't argue with the score, you know. So you came up with this deep thought strategy for people who are ready to really engage into seeing themselves under a light, illuminated, the real you, and then helping them, not just leaving them there in that vulnerable place, but you actually escort them to how they can not just compete, but really stand out. So talk to us a little bit about, you know, your thought with COVID and how deep thought strategy really fits into, you know, that space.
You know, this whole process that you're running is so relevant because it's all about stories and telling stories. And Deep Thought Strategy is really about the story that we tell ourselves as business owners and how that translates to the story that we tell our market. And what I was finding was, and I didn't know this until, of course, as you know, I met Jane, and really she helped me peel away all the mindset stuff that was stopping me from seeing the real story. And so once I started to find the real story and change the story that I was sharing with my market, that's when everything started to change. And now the thing about this time during COVID is that, as you know, there's so many of us now online, which means the competitive landscape has kind of gotten a little bit tighter in one way because we're all on this space. But at the other end, it's opened up, wide, because now we all have a global reach. And so the stories that we tell, even from a business perspective, are so critically important now because there's so much competition. Everybody's out telling their story, and everybody's out talking about what they do and what their skills are and what they offer and what their value is. And they're all telling the same kind of story from a business perspective. So Deep Thought Strategy is about how do you find the real story? And it starts with the Repumeter. It starts with coming face to face with the reality of how you are, how you're showing up in your market, how they see you. And once you come face to face with that reality and learn to accept that reality, now you're ready to change the story and bring a new story to the market. So in this time of COVID, I think it becomes so powerful because, what was that?
Michelle, she's like crying away over there.
At all, don't mind me. Go, continue. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm almost done. I was just going to say that in this time of COVID, it's so important because the stories that we tell ourselves form the stories we bring to the world. And from a business perspective, those are the stories that either dictate our success or mediocrity or failure.
Awesome, awesome. Moment of transparency. When I met these two, I didn't think I could. Everybody else saw the possibilities of events that I've done and businesses that I've started, but I didn't believe that I could do it, Lauren. It was something missing. It was a roadblock, Natalie. And something happened when I talked to Steve. It was like something just unlocked for me. So not only are we having this real international film festival that after I talked to him, I was like, okay, I'm doing it. I don't know what's going to happen, who's going to join us, who's going to come. But I'm telling you guys, because of that moment, we have films from India. The young man who was on here, and I just took him off because he couldn't come on camera, but he has a film with us from India. Powerful, powerful stories. We have another film from Athens, Greece, called 59 Days. I'm just introducing some of these films to you. And then we have COVID-20 by Sid Patwa. And then we have also COVID-19 Essential Worker. Really want you guys to see that particular film. It will definitely give you a perspective of really where we are. I can't remember where that film, that film is out of Iran. This is a mother who she's an essential worker, and she's FaceTiming her daughter as she's putting her daughter and singing a song to her for her to go to sleep. This is so powerful, guys. When you know that your brand or that you have stepped into a space is when what you do is bigger than you. It affects a global industry or a group of people that we all have similar backgrounds, we all have similar stories, but it's an opportunity for us to share those with the world. So I want to thank you guys for being with us. I know we're on different time zones and you guys got to get ready to go to bed and get ready for the next day. Let me just recap, and just for our listening audience that's watching, I want to just share with you, you want to be with us on Thursday. Thursday is the kickoff at 5 p.m. And we go all the way to 6:50. We'll be live on KingCast. And I started crying for this very reason, Steve, when you was talking. Again, more stuff began to unlock. But one of the things that you said was, as we were talking, guys, when you have something that unlocks in your life, it unlocks everything. My new slogan is, anything is possible from here.
Hmm.
From this point where you are today, anything is possible. So when I was able to write down and release and connect and get this film festival going, not only I started thinking, okay, normally, and Miranda can speak to this, when you do a film festival, you have to have a place to show the films.
Hmm.
Right, Joan? You got to have somewhere to show the films. So I was like, okay, we coming up with this film festival. We'll have nowhere to show the films. A couple of days later, somebody called me. And today we're on Apple TV, we're on Roku TV, we're on Android TV, we're on Fire TV, which is Amazon. We have our own web app, and I will be announcing probably tomorrow. I was on with the developers today. We have our own, and this is the way you can relate to it, the Netflix. That's where everybody will go and watch our very own web app, which is called Kingcast.tv. They'll be able to go there and see all of the film, all the free online, and then as well as be able to subscribe. Dethea, that's the one that'll be, okay, Dethea, that's Jane. Jane, that's Dethea. She's like you. She's a six-figure coach, and she's the one that, okay, how you monetize this? How you, that's her. So got that done today. And so you will be able to, for our features, be able to subscribe. And we're going to be bringing great content there every single month. So those filmmakers who cannot get yours greenlit through Amazon or through Netflix or these other people that want to play hard, bring it to us. We'll take it. We'll get you on. And we are global. We're all over the world. So I want to thank all of my guests for being here. I want to give you a 60-second, 30-second closeout. We're going to start around. Just give us a closeout. Say bye to the people, whatever you want to say. And then we'll close out from there. Myrna, you go first.
Okay, I just want to say thank you for having us and your family and everybody that's watching. Your support is invaluable to all of us. It means so much to know that we're going to get through this together. And by creating, we can unite people and bring hope.
Yes. Ashley?
Couldn't have said it better, Myrna. I think that I'm just grateful that we've had this platform to create, to meet new people. Thank you everyone for creating this space. And, you know, Michelle, thank you for creating this opportunity for all of us to show that we can support each other, that we can continue creating, that we will all get through this, and that, you know, there is going to be amazing things ahead for each and every single one of us. So thank you to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashley. Joan? You're on mute. You're on mute. We can't hear you. All we see is we can't hear you.
I was just happy because tonight has been phenomenal. It's been a blessing. Michelle, it's thank you. Thank you for providing the platform for filmmakers and writers. And so I'm looking forward to the entire event. If you need information on what we do, you can go to wisdomproductioninternational.org and brilliantwomeninfilm.com and get some information. And Michelle, we pray that God's hand is on this, because it is. And congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you so much. Natalie?
I have to say something. It's the film festival. Like, how many times, people, have you been hearing about a film festival and you're not invited? Or it's costing you $1,500 if you want to go there, or you need to buy a gown to get there, or you can watch this from your home. Yes. And it's free. Like, yes. If you're watching this right now, if sign up. It's free. It's a film festival. It's amazing talents from all over the world. And you'll also get inspired, and you'll also get transformed through the process, and you'll share this amazing collaboration, and you'll see Michelle's twin babies, because there's not only the film festival that she's launching, she's launching Kingcast as well. This is amazing. Mm-hmm. So congratulations, Michelle. Thank you for having us. And people, yeah, this oh, you guys.
All right, Lauren.
How do you possibly top that? I have no idea. Right. A couple of quick things I want to share. Number one, for everybody watching, think about the number of film festivals that have been canceled since last March. Hundreds of them, including a dozen of the marquee film festivals have either been outright canceled or gone to a hybrid where only 4 people can be in the movie theater. All of that is resolved this coming week with what Michelle has put together. Second thing, look at the depth of talent around this table, around this screen. I mean, to think that you could invest, what, 2 days, 3 days of your time sitting in the comfort in your pajamas with a cold whatever, and pick up on the collective wisdom of these people that you've had just a little snippet of.
Yeah.
But the value is, I think, is priceless. So I encourage anybody who's on the fence, get off the fence, come and join us. We're going to share a lot of real quality information with you. And love you, Michelle.
Thank you so much. Love you back, Lauren. Thank you. Miranda.
Again, thank you, Michelle. This is a great platform, and I'm always just liking to surround myself with, such creative people, because we got to keep going no matter what. Move forward, one foot in front of the other, and keep figuring out if the first plan's not working. Just like Lauren said, we had a film that we wrapped production in November, and now it's not going to be in theaters until next year. But you got to find a way to keep things going. And I look forward to meeting and networking with all the attendees and the Q&As and of course meeting all of you guys. This is amazing, and watching all of your films. So congratulations to everybody, and thank you. And if you want more info, noirtainment.com, if you want to know more about me and my company. So
and that's NOIR, and then entertainment.
Well, it's Noirtainment, no EN. So it's just kind of put together that way.
Okay.
We'll tweet it out later. We can but basically nice meeting everyone.
Thank you. Jane and Steve.
I actually want to take a second and give a shout out to my buddy Lauren. Lauren, I haven't talked to you about this because last time I saw you, you were on stage at the convention at the Canadian Association of Professional Speakers. Now, I've known Lauren for a number of years, but I've known him as like this brainiac business consultant guy. Yes. And at this convention, he does a 2-man show. Both of them were him. There was Lauren on the stage and Lauren on the screen. And I thought, this is one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen. Lauren, that was absolutely beautiful. Folks, if you want to come and see some amazing talent, I mean, just that alone is going to be worth every minute of your time. And of course, Michelle, Jane and I talk about you all the time. You're such an inspiration with the work that you've been doing here. We're just so pleased to be part of it. And thanks very much for inviting us.
And I want to say thank you for believing in yourself.
You bet.
Yes.
It's one thing to hear other people believing in you, but when you step in and you believe in yourself, look at what you've been able to do. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Dethea, you've just been witnessing this whole experience. So give us your final thoughts.
Oh man, I am just like, y'all, it's like I'm a friend, but I feel like I'm a parent. I'm like, oh my God, look at what she's doing. But like we talked about this a year ago, and I just put a bug in her ear. I'm just, because I just knew that this was her passion. And so to see you guys in the flesh, and not really, but virtual flesh, you know what I mean? But to see you guys, you're like a vision and a dream that she's awakened to and it's a reality now. And so I'm just thankful for each one of you believing in her. And then Michelle, I'm just proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
I know Dethea probably at times we'll have our little staff meetings. I got just water going everywhere. We'll be in our staff meetings and I'll say, but Steve and Jane said, Steve and Jane, and I learned this from, and Steve and Jane, we're doing this all wrong. And she's like, who is Steve? There they go. They are real people. Anyway, guys, to our live audience who have had the privilege of watching us for the last few minutes, thank you so much for your time on tonight. It means a lot to us for you to just take time to see these amazing people who have great gifts. We want you to be formally introduced to them. On Thursday, you will hear from Steve, and then on Friday, all day Friday from 10 a.m. all the way to 6 p.m. And we end each evening with a featured film, and we'll give you instructions on how to watch that. But go out, like our business page on King Cast. You'll be able to follow us there, as well as Real Film Festival. So that's REAL Film Festival. You'll be able to gather our schedule and, follow me here. I'm going to be chatting with you here as well. So we'll also announce tomorrow, you'll see some notifications that come out to go to our new web app. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. And honey, I know you're hitting all the likes and getting everybody on. Thank you so much. Huh? My husband said, "Come, Randy, come say hello. Come say hello, everybody." They think I got an artificial husband. Come on. Come on. So he said, "We almost at 500 guys tonight. Come, they gotta come see. They gotta see you. They gotta see how handsome you are. Y'all can't see him.
The disembodied hand.
There he is. See how handsome he is.
There you go.
Thank you guys
Come
so
on,
much.
everybody,
for being
put your hands together. It's got
God
to get
bless
better.
everybody.
All over the world. Listen to these words. People come. People go. Your life has been out of control. You're confused. But don't worry. Your soul